All right, good morning, third graders. We are on the fourth grade 1.1 Tuesday homework help video. We're going to be going over grammar, math, and comprehension. Change each noun from singular to plural. Okay, child is a irregular noun. Because if it was a regular noun, you would just add an S, because that is the regular or normal way to change something to plural. But because child is irregular, you do not do it the regular way, but you do it the irregular way, which is to actually change the spelling. So instead of child's, which is the regular way to do it, it's irregular, which means you have to change the spelling. Man is also an irregular noun because you do not just put an S at the end, which is the regular way to do it. But no, it's irregular, which means you have to change the spelling, change the root word spelling. Okay, complete the sentence using the correct verb. The moon has. Moon is singular and has is singular. If it was more than one person or thing, the moons, then it would be have. So for example, the moons blank, no air. Now because moons is plural, you have to use the plural and the plural is have. Okay? So singular goes with the singular has, plural moons goes with plural have. Which adjective best completes the sentence? The moon is Earth's blank neighbor in space. Okay, so we're comparing moon to all of space. So we're using closest because it's comparing one thing to everything else, all of space. Which word could be found on this page of the dictionary? REQ. MNOPQR. Okay, so require would work, I think. RET would be after RES, so that's not going to work. REM is before REP, so that's not going to work either, so it is require. Which conjunction best completes the sentence? We can't go swimming, blank the thunderstorm is over. We can't go swimming until. So they have to wait until it's over. Correct the two misspelled words in the sentence. I just realized the performance is beginning in 5 minutes. I just realized the performance is beginning. Beginning should have two ends. Beginning should have two ends there. 5 and minutes is wrong. Underline the words that should be capitalized. Okay, words that should be capitalized are proper nouns. August is a proper noun. What would be the common noun for August? Month is the common noun. Atlanta, Georgia, both of those. Science, sometimes it can be capitalized if you're talking about, Science 101, if it's the actual name of a class. But in this case, I don't think they want that capitalized. Dear Joseph Rivera should be capitalized. Summer, I don't think summer should be capitalized, even though that is a specific season. You know, I'm not sure about this one. Country, no. Midnight, no. Legos, yes, because that is a specific company. I guess I could look at... oh, let me check the answer key. Summer, no. They do not have summer capitalized. But I think summer sometimes can be capitalized depending on the context, because it's a specific season. Okay, there is Tuesday. Let's jump into the math. Got a place value up top. What is the value under the underlined digit? We have the worth is 1 here, or ones. And the place value here, what you can do too if you're unsure, you might want to use a pencil, but take this number and actually put it in here. You might want to start from the right if you don't know where it ends. Let's see, 3, 2, 6, 8, 2. The reason why you'd want to use pencil is because you have other problems throughout the week, and you're going to need to know, if you don't know the place value there, you're going to need to write that in there. So now, you know, let's see, the 2 is way over here, so that's in the millions place. Okay, compare using greater than, less than. Let's see. Well, the 6 is bigger than the 2 in the thousands place. Okay, 7, they're tied. So we have to go to the next digit. 6 is greater than the 3. Write this number in word form. So you would basically write it down just as you would say it. So 407. Find the sum. And I use the number line strategy a lot here, so let me just do the standard algorithm. 9 plus 8 is 17. You carry the 1. Why? Because it's 1 10 and 7 ones. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Woo! Okay, 9 plus 2 is 11, plus 1 is 12. 12 tens is 120. So 100, 100, and 2 tens. Woo. Okay, 7 plus 1 is 8, plus 8 is 16. I gotta sneeze again. Woo! Okay, I'm going to do the standard algorithm again here. Let's see, I cannot take away 5 from 3, so I need to look over here to try to borrow or regroup. Well, I have the same problem here. I can't take away 9 from 0, so I can't borrow from the tens column either. I'm going to need to borrow from the hundreds column. So I'm going to borrow a 100, because look it, I'm changing it from 500 to 400. So I'm actually borrowing 100. Okay, I'm going to put it over here. Now, instead of 0 tens, I have 10 tens, which is 100. So look at, I borrowed 100 because I made that a 5 to a 4. And I brought it over here. Now, instead of 0 tens, I have 10 tens. Okay, so now I can take away 9 tens from 10 tens, but I still have a problem over here. So now I'm going to borrow from my 10 tens, and now I have 9 tens, kind of running out of room here. Now I have 9 tens. I did have 10 tens. And I am going to move one of the tens over here. So instead of 3 ones, I have 13 ones because I brought a 10 over here. See how kind of confusing the standard algorithm is? You may know how to solve the problem, but you may not realize why you're doing it. Anyways, 13 minus 5 is 8. 9 minus 9 is 0. And 4 minus 3 is 1. So 400 minus 300 is 1, 90 minus 90 is 0, and 13 ones minus 5 ones is 8. That's all that goes into the standard algorithm. Okay, find the product. You guys can use a multiplication chart for that. You should be memorizing your multiplication facts. And like I've said before, if you know your multiplication facts, you're going to know your division facts, because multiplication is the inverse of division. 11 times 4 is 44. 6 times 4 is 24. 7 times 4 is 28. 9 times 4 is 36. And 12 times 4 is 48. Complete the pattern. All right, let's look at this pattern here. What's changing every time? The tens are not changing. Look at that, all stays the same. The only thing that's changing over here that I can see is that you're adding a 0. Look at your 5, you've added a 0. You've added a 0 again. You've added a 0. Oh, look at over here. If you notice over here, zeros are also being added. So when a 0 is being added here, it's also being added here, because look at 1 0, okay, no zeros, right. Add a 0, add a 0. Now there's 2 zeros. Now you've added 2 zeros to the 50. 3 zeros. Oh, so we need to do 5 and add 3 zeros to the 50. 1, 2, 3. So this last one, we're going to do 5 and 4 zeros. And remember, we had 50 is the start. Now we are adding 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't forget your comma. So hopefully you can see the pattern there. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the comprehension. We are going over a story, a fiction story, which means it is made up. We have some text features here. We have a title. We have some important words. We have a chart down here, or a key. Pronunciation basically tells you how to say the word. Let's go ahead and look at the questions. Reread the story aloud to someone. Have the person you read to sign their name below. That's probably good for you guys there to work on your fluency. Who are the characters in the story? Okay, the characters in the story are is plural, characters is plural. If it was character, which is singular, then you would do is, because is singular, and that would match the singular character. Okay, the characters in the story are, let's see, we have Gina, a lot. Raul, May, I'm just kind of going through the story here. We got Mrs. Jackson, comma, Mrs. Jackson, comma. Oh, that looks like that could be everyone. Raul. Okay. All right, so this is kind of a good teachable moment here. The characters in the story are Gina, Raul, May, and Mrs. Jackson. Now, what we have here, this is kind of a rule in commas. You use commas anytime you have a list of 3 or more. Do we have a list of 3 or more? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Now, right before the last item of your list, you need to put and I ran out of room there. So I'm just going to erase Mrs. Jackson. comma, 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 and Mrs. Jackson. So you got to put the and there right before the last item of your list. And you still put the comma there before the and. Right, so that's a little bit of a lesson on commas. What is Gina's problem? Gina's problem is she can't remember stuff? Yeah, Gina looked at her science notes and shook her head. How am I going to memorize the order of the planets for Friday's quiz? I always get them mixed up. So Gina's problem is she only has a short time to memorize the order of the planets before she has to take a quiz. Which is all part of the problem, right? She needs to memorize them for a quiz. Gina's problem is she only has a short time to memorize the order of the planets before she has to take a quiz. So I might have made that a little bit more complicated than it needed to, but that is a good, complete answer for that question. Okay, that is the math, grammar, and comprehension for the 4th grade 1.1 column Tuesday. Hopefully that helps. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions.